Oh, okay, it's recording. All right, guys. So as you can see, this whole area in my prior video had a bunch of these piney thingies. Okay, and as you can see, a lot of them were all scattered over here. What you see is like leftover dirt and stuff like that. So it's pretty well done. Um, it's kind of hard to get the piney thingies up, but I did. So I'm making progress here. Still got those piney thingies out there, but I gotta pick those up. And then I think I'll be pretty well done with it. So you can see like a defined line and stuff like that. So the grass looks better. It's a little bit more consistent with the front grass now than it was. So it looks pretty good. I think it's pretty nice. It looks real nice. So it's all nice and even. So the sides of the yard all look pretty well even now. You know, can you tell? It's pretty cool. So I like it. I like how even everything looks. So I think the hardest part was really cutting around this area because it's kind of high and like slanted and stuff around here. So it's kind of hard to get around that. There's some kind of trash right here. Throw this in the trash can. So those piney thingies went in here. Oops. Yeah, I went in here. So I'm going to just put these over that. So, first bucket filled with these little piney thingies. It'll probably take me maybe one more to get the ones out of the street since I raked them out there anyway. So I'm going to try to get those and be done. I think it'll probably take me probably 2 more bags for filling these up, but I'm happy with the progress I'm making and stuff. Strange thing that happened was there's this guy, probably light-skinned older guy. Probably he was like, I think he was like 6 feet tall or something like that, and he kept like coming up the street towards where I was cutting the grass, you know, and I was like, what is this guy doing? Like, you know, why is he coming up close to where I am? You know, it just didn't make a lot of sense to me, like why he was doing what he was doing, you know, because he came up. So he came, you see that down the street, he kept coming up closer to where I was at. And he did this probably maybe 2-3 times. And, you know, I noticed he'd come up close to where I was, and then he'd go back down the street, you know. And then he'd go back down the street, I don't know, he disappeared, and then came back up the same way again, close to where I was. And I was keeping a good eye on him and stuff. The guy looked rather suspicious and stuff like that. Not sure who he was, but I've never seen him before. But I know that if somebody's coming up to me like what that guy was doing, you know, I'm not with that. You know, my thing was, I was about to tell him, hey, you're going to have to go across the street or something. I got some yard work I'm doing right now. I don't want to be interrupted and stuff. And you never know what people's motivation is either. Like with him coming up closer and closer as I was like cutting the grass, I mean, he may have been trying to slip on the pine cones or piney thingies or whatever. He may have been trying to do that and then say, oh, well, you know, these were on the ground or this and that other and stuff. This guy probably was an opportunist, or he was probably a criminal. One of the things I've been learning from my self-defense books is it's super important to keep an eye and have awareness and watch. You know, what criminals do a lot of times is they try to see if they can get away with anything, and they try to see if you're an easy target and if they can try to overwhelm you or whatever. So that guy trying to get closer and closer to me, I think he was trying to see if I was paying attention to him and if I was aware, but I was. One good thing is a neighbor next door happened to come outside. That was a guy and was watching them and stuff. And the guy kind of moved on. So, you know, you never know when you're doing your work. Sometimes you'll have people who try to come up to you and they'll try to, you know, they may have a plan for you. A lot of times criminals interview you before they try and all out try to attack you. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times they'll try to see if you're by yourself. Now I happen to be doing the yard work myself today and stuff like that as a female, and I'm short female and everything, and I look like I'm kind of, you know, light and everything. But I think this guy kind of thought that he can get closer and closer to me, but I'm like, no, you can't. You know what I'm saying? You need to move on somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And if he got too close, I would have said, hey, you're going to have to cross the street or I'm calling the police. Because you're doing, you know, you're walking up and down here and you're, you know what I'm saying, you're up to something. I don't know what you're doing, but you can't do that. You can't come up here. You need to move on somewhere and you need to find another target because I'm not it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's also important as to why you guys, you know, awareness is key. Like I said, there's safety in numbers. There really is. If you saw my video yesterday, if you haven't saw it, you can go check it out. But, you know, you guys are getting a little piece of advice. But, yeah, that guy that was coming and he was coming up the street and stuff like that, you know, repeatedly coming closer and trying to come closer to me and stuff. And I guess he thought I think he thought I couldn't see him or something, but I could clearly see him. You know what I'm saying? I clearly could. And I mean, I saw the police earlier when I was raking, so I don't know if they was looking for him or not. They might have been. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, good idea to stay alert, guys. Keep an eye out, watch, see what's going on. If you see somebody that you don't normally see, and they're trying to get closer and closer to you, whether you're a man or woman, okay, and they're trying to come close to you, you know what I mean? Criminals will try to attack you. They will try to, you know what I'm saying, try to take advantage of a weakness that you have. You know, for all I know, that guy was probably trying to say he was going to try to come and help me, and then the second I turn my back, try to, you know, hurt me or something. And I'm not going for that. You get what I'm saying? I'm not doing that. So it's very, 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 very important when you're out doing yard work. If you're, you know, shopping, and let's say you're at a parking lot somewhere or something like that, you know, coming from out of the store or you're anywhere, stay aware, because you never know who's going to try to, you know, you know, take advantage of you or hurt you. So good idea for you to, you know, just stay aware, guys. But I thought I would kind of share that tip so you guys kind of know, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I wasn't scared when I saw that guy, because why was I not scared? Because I was watching his behavior, and I was watching him, and I could get a good look at him, you know what I'm saying? And I have a phone too, you know what I'm saying? So if I need to, I can call, you know, the police or whatever and say, hey, this strange guy showing up, I don't know who he is, I don't know what he's doing, but he keeps coming, approaching me and stuff. I don't know him. Can you guys send an officer out here? And I'm pretty sure the guy would have started running, but I didn't have to do that. But your phone is also something that you can use should you have somebody strange showing up or, you know, doing some weird stuff like he was doing. You know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid to do your yard work, but be vigilant and watch out. You know, if you see somebody walking past your yard, like your backyard where you're doing work, or your front yard where you're doing work, or somebody's driving by in a car or something real slow several times over or something like that, and they're not your neighbor, then you might want to be vigilant. If you have kids outside with you who are trying to help you out and stuff like that, keep an eye on your kids and stuff like that. Watch where they are. Make sure they stay in your line of sight. You know what I'm saying? If they can't stay in your line of sight or something, have somebody to take them to the park, you know, or have them go over a grandparent's house, auntie, uncle's house, you know, your sibling's house or something, so that they can watch them, because you have to be vigilant, you know. And I just got a really good example of that. Okay. All right, guys. So as you can see, I'm making progress so far. I think I'm almost done. I mean, I got the little patch over there, but I might just do that another day. But, you know, man, I'm glad I'm getting done with this. I probably have one more, maybe one more video after this, I guess.